welcome to TWF Rampage or Ram Through. Michael Cole, Tony Schiavone, and Paulie Dangerously here. And today on Rampage or Ram Through, we're gonna have a good show here today. You know, Michael Cole says, and every day the TWF does some good show. We're working up to our next show, Halloween Havoc or Halloween Evening Madness. The WE's going to do theirs. So we have to, do our take on it, Michael Cole says. You got that right, Tony Schiavone said. And one of the sagas and tales that's been going on, lately is Grayson Waller always had 2 matches against Gangrel, and Gangrel beat him, and he could not handle that. Tony Schiavone says, I'm going to tell you right now, Michael and Tony, Gangrel, does he look like a light heavyweight, Paulie Dangerously said, because the truth is he's not. But then in the TWF, they never really did live to that standard. And even TNAW, anyone could be a X-weight. But Grayson Waller won that match, won it, and he lost it because he wasn't ready to wrestle Gangrel. So yeah, he would be irked and angered over that one. Well, speaking of that, we have Grayson Waller in the ring now, and he wants his TWF light heavyweight winnings back. Sorry for that coughing and clearing the throat that just keeps on happening. Nothing we can do about it. Alright, everyone. I want my TWF light heavyweight winnings back. And I don't know where Gangrel's got himself hiding off to, but I'm going to get it back. It was the first winnings that I've won, and I want it back. So wherever you're at, Gangrel, if you got buried underneath wrestlers again or fighters again or whatever the forgiveness is, just take it off of him and give it back to me. Because I think that would be the fair thing to do. Alright? Well, I don't know, Michael Cole says, where Gangrel got himself off to. And he is the TWF light heavyweight fighter. But somehow, some way he got buried. I don't know where he went, where he got steadied at. So Grayson Waller most likely might get, most likely, shit. So, shit. My God, now you can't stand up anymore. Stand up! Stand up! What, I need to stand now? It looks like Grayson Waller might, might get his wish, and he might get his TWF light heavyweight winnings back. Grayson Waller, yeah, you're going to get your TWF light heavyweight winnings back, but only on the grounds that we don't know where Gangrel went to. Yes, he was a TWF light heavyweight fighter. He had 2 matches against you, the one that he beat you for, and then the one where you seek to win him, but now he's buried, went missing. We don't know where he's at. That's the same old thing. But then I was thinking that no, if you want to get the TWF light heavyweight winnings back, you're going to have to work for it. What kind of bullshit is that? Grayson Waller says, you should just give me back the TWF light heavyweight winnings. I shouldn't have to, wrestle for it or fight for it. And I chose someone who I think, would be a good one for you to fight for the TWF light heavyweight winnings. And that would be Kofi Kingston. Hey, is it you, John Bradshaw Layfield? But every time we say something, we just keep on coughing the whole time? Yeah. But you're fighting Kofi Kingston. Alright, Kofi Kingston says, I'm ready to go. And I can't stand up, so I gotta lean against the ring post. Bring that fight lord in the ring now. Or, so we can have the match. This match is for the TWF light heavyweight winnings. First, he is Kofi Kingston, and he is Grayson Waller. I just want to know one thing. I'll tell you one thing right now, Michael Cole says. Grayson Waller came in today believing that he was just going to get back to TWF, light heavyweight winnings under the grounds that Gangrel went missing, or missteaded somewhere. Michael Cole says, and body slams. Grayson Waller did. Well, John Bradshaw Layfield made scene that would not happen, and if Grayson Waller wanted it back, he would have to wrestle for it. He would have to fight for it, Tony Schiavone said. So I think that was a good call made by the main overseer of the TWF, John Bradshaw Layfield. No, I think it was a really bad call, and I'll tell you why, Paulie Dangerously says. Because Grayson Waller was the last one that Gangrel beat, and he couldn't beat him, so they should just, give it right back to him. Paulie Dangerously says. I mean, that's what I would have done if it was me. But then again, Paulie Dangerously says, Michael Cole says, you didn't really do that when you were the main overseer of SmackDown from 2003 YL to 2004 YL. You didn't do that when you were the main overseer ECW 2006 YL. No, because it wasn't in the book. You didn't do that, Michael Cole said. And most likely, Kofi Kingston will be the TWF light heavyweight fighter. And you didn't do that and you didn't book that or write that into the show when you were in the W's writing team from 2001 YL to 2006 YL. And then 2009 between it for 2020 YL show. Well, we know Michael Cole, we know one thing, Tony Schiavone said, Paulie Dangerously, you would do that, right? But you didn't do that you didn't do that in ECW. You didn't offshoot that oversight in. Oh, well, the wrestler can't go. Just get the winnings right back to the other wrestler. Tony Schiavone says. Well, you know what? Paulie Dangerously said, I wish I came up with that oversight. And Kofi Kingston, I think, would make, I don't know what kind of light heavyweight fighter he would make. I think that would be a downgrade, downing himself, since he was a former WWE heavyweight fighter and a former TWF heavyweight fighter too. Paulie Dangerously says, Grayson Waller just got shamed, Oh. And Kofi Kingston is getting ready to get a mishap in heaven, Michael Cole said. The new TWF light heavyweight fighter is going to happen, Michael Cole says. Yeah, Tony Schiavone said Kofi Kingston will become the new TWF light heavyweight fighter. And if we do see Gangrel, or wherever he's at, he'll have to fight Kofi Kingston. Oh no, Paulie Dangerously says. That's not going to go down good at all. That's if they can even seek where he's at. Paulie Dangerously says, I think Gangrel is so frightened of dealing with Grayson Waller, he's hiding from him. That's what I believe. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner and the new TWF light heavyweight fighter, Kofi Kingston. And Kofi Kingston is now the new TWF light heavyweight fighter here in the toy wrestling gathering. And Grayson Waller is not happy about it, but what can he do about it? Nothing, Michael Cole said, unless he's going to out here and bitch and rant about the unfairness of it all. That's something he's going to do, Michael Cole says. And Kofi Kingston is going to hold the winnings, and I think he'd make a really good light heavyweight fighter, Michael Cole says. I think he would too, Tony Schiavone says. Kofi Kingston has won almost every winning there is to win in WWE, and have won some winnings in TWF, though. And he may not been everyone, he was, and Kofi Madness, as some folks called it, has happened again. Well, guess what? Paulie dangerously says Kofi Madness may have ran wild, and when he was the TWF heavyweight fighter and the WWE heavyweight fighter in 2009 between FYL by beating Daniel Bryan but losing to Brock Lesnar, if I can say right or not. And guess what? Someone's here to break up Kofi Kingston's love saga. My name is Enzo Amore, and I am a great wrestler, and I am a overstar and a wrestler, and you can't teach that. Toughest man in the room, how you doing? Now, I know what you're thinking, Kofi Kingston. What is Enzo Amore doing here in the toy wrestling gathering? I mean, yeah, I was in WWE for many years on NXT. Then I was on SmackDown. Then I was on 205 Live. Then I was steadied on Raw. Then some woman said that I'd done something wrong to her and I got fired. But then it comes out that the woman was lying about what I'd done. Only she said she was sorry, but that was it. I was on the blacklist after that. No one wanted to have anything to do with me. Come on. No one had anything to do with me after that. Vince McMahon and Johnny Ace did everything they could. Well, Vince McMahon did everything he could do to keep me out. But there's one thing. I could go back to WWE again. Ariel Dale and Patrick Whitesell, Mark Sapero, and Nick Khan, Hunter Thompson, they could bring me back. But the grounds, Kofi, is that I was a former two-time WWE light heavyweight fighter. When they brought the light heavyweight winnings back from being withdrawn from between 91 YL to 2007 YL. Then it was on Raw. Then it was on 205 Live. And I won it 2 times. And I was the greatest one out there. No, you weren't, Kofi Kingston says. Enzo Amore, you weren't the greatest you weren't the greatest WWE light heavyweight fighter there was. And there were a lot of them. I mean, Enzo Amore, there were a lot of folks. I mean, you had, who were some of the good ones? Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Billy Kidman, Shane Helms, Agent Courageous, Medusa, Jacqueline Moore, Daphne. Oh, who's some other ones I can think of are more greater than you? Dean Malenko, Chris Jericho. Oh, Brian Pillman, Brad Armstrong. What the hell? Adrian Neville was more greater than you. Hell, Ed Ferrara was greater than you, and he wasn't even a wrestler. Oh, no. Hornswoggle was greater than you. No one was greater than me as a WWE light heavyweight fighter. And no one will be greater than me as a TWF light heavyweight fighter. You fucked Flair. Kofi Kingston just got beat up by Enzo Amore. You think you're so cool? You think you're so cool saying shit about me? You ain't cool. You watch what you say, or I'll knock all those God-given teeth down your throat. Well, we do know now that Enzo Amore is now in the toy wrestling gathering now, and that he wants to become the TWF light heavyweight fighter. And he didn't like Kofi Kingston, shaming him for not being one of the well-known or the beloved of all the WWE, all the WCW, WWF, WWE light heavyweight fighters. Michael Cole said. Well, that might be true, Tony Schiavone says. Enzo Amore might not be the first light heavyweight fighter that folks think of when they think back of the TWF light heavyweight winnings, though. I'll tell you right now, Paulie dangerously says, Kofi Kingston needs to watch what he says and who he says it to, or Enzo Amore is going to knock all those God-made teeth down his throat. And I like that, Paulie dangerously says. Well, yeah, you would. All right, we'll take it away now to Renee Young. Thank you, Tony and Michael. Thank you, Michael and Tony. I'm going to be talking here with Enzo Amore, who I knew him from his time in WWE on NXT, and then on SmackDown 205 Live, and then on Raw, and then 205 Live. Enzo Amore, what brings you here? To be the light heavyweight fighter, to show Kofi Kingston that I was the greatest of all the WCW, WWF, WWE light heavyweight fighters, and to be the TWF light heavyweight fighter. You saw what he said. And if he ever says anything mean to me again, I'll knock all those God-made teeth, all those teeth that God gave him, down his throat. He'll have to have fake teeth. Enzo Amore, do you really think that was truly called for, to beat him up when he said in his belief you weren't one of the greatest of the WCW, WWF, WWE light heavyweight fighters? Yeah, it was. Because I was doing great things with it. I did wonderful things with it. And I'll tell you right now, Kofi Kingston, your time as a TWF light heavyweight fighter is coming to an end. Well, that's my talk with Enzo Amore. Back to you, Tony Schiavone and Michael Cole. Thank you, Renee Young, for talking with Enzo Amore here today on Rampage or Ramthrough. That's all the time we got here. I, Michael Cole, Tony Schiavone, and Paulie Dangerously. We hope you like Collision or Hit. We hope you like Rampage or Ramthrough. And we'll see you tomorrow for Collision or Hit.